Hello, my gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome back to my channel, The Pleiadian Priestess. As always, I have a juicy reading for you guys today, so stick around for the topic of today's reading and a slight disclaimer. Hi guys, if you are still here, welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about how does your looks, your appearance, your personality, your vibe, how does that affect how people treat you? Okay, so at this point I've already done the reading, so I'm just doing the intro since it made more sense with the setup of today's reading. So I'm not at home today, so I don't have my usual setup, but I did want to still record the reading for you guys. So today is going to be all voice, no images, or no video, I should say. So you're going to be hearing me go over the cards. You're going to be hearing me shuffle. I will be saying all the cards that come out, but you're not going to be able to see them. So it's going to be a faith test, I guess you could say. So for group 1, group 2, or group 3, you have your option in front of you. You're going to choose the image, the number, the energy, the vibe, the number 1 through 3 that sticks out to you the most, and then you're going to choose that picture and image, and then click on the timestamp to that corresponding image, and I will definitely be seeing you guys at your reading. Choose wisely. If you start watching and it doesn't resonate for you, then choose another pile. But I do feel like in some kind of way all three were kind of connected, which is, I feel like, something that happens pretty often, so nothing to be frightened of or alarmed by, but just choose the one reading that calls out to you the most. Or if you want to choose all three, go ahead, but I'll see you guys at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1. So if you chose group 1, however you chose group 1, because I am doing a different setup today since I'm not at home and I can't film at my usual spot, or usual spots I should say, because I switch it up sometimes. We're going to be getting into how does how you look affect how people treat you. So for example, we're going to go with pretty privilege. For example, people who look better get treated better. People who look maybe more meaner get treated maybe meaner. People who are more closed off or standoffish or look like antisocial get treated a certain kind of way. You could be all those things, one of those things, none of those things. We're going to see how you look. First of all, get into that, and then we're going to see how that affects how people treat you. So it could be your looks, your personality, whatever, the energy, the vibe you give off, and how does that affect, okay? So we're going to be getting into that right now. Today, you're, like I said, you're either going to be seeing like half of me or none of me. I don't know how I'm going to set this up, which is why I did the intro first, but it didn't feel right, because I do want to have the options already for you to say, hey, welcome to this, welcome to that, or choose this and that, you know, whatever. But if you chose group 1 and you're here, welcome. We're going to be getting into it. I do not have any oracle cards with me today, but I do have tarot, since I always take my tarot cards with me. So it may not be as long or as detailed as usual, but I always get into all the tea, as you guys know. So we're going to start off with how people view you, or how do you look, your vibe, any of those things. So please, Spirit, can you please give me the vibe, the energy that my group 1s give off. Okay, so we have Strength. We have 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Empress in reverse, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So how you look is someone who is strong, someone who is unbothered, someone who is, I'm hearing standoffish, someone who doesn't really want to get to know that many people, or it takes a while with the 9 of Pentacles here to get beneath their exterior. With the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, it is giving like wishy-washy, but not wishy-washy. It's kind of like you're someone who has strength of character, who knows who they are, who knows what they don't want in their life, who they don't want in their life, that kind of thing. Because the 2 of Pentacles upright would be a very wishy-washy energy. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse is someone who is not wishy-washy at all, in any way, shape, or form, or at least that's what's coming through in this reading at this time. And it's like someone who's not always going back and forth, maybe someone who has a hard time, or who does not have a hard time balancing work and play, because at work, you know how you act at work. When you're out with friends, that's how you act when you're outside. So it's kind of like you compartmentalize your life, and you don't really let people in where they don't belong, you know what I mean? So if you're at work, you're keeping it strictly workly. You're not talking about relationships. You're not talking about your drama. You're just at work, you know, that 9 of Pentacles. You're very much doing what you need to do. You're on task. You're focused. But then when it's time to party and have fun and you're playing with your friends, it's no work. We're not talking about any of that stuff. We're having a good time. So you're very good at compartmentalizing or putting up boundaries in your life. That is how you, the look, the personality, the vibe, that is the vibe you give off With the Strength card, you're someone who's very strong and you do not let anyone get past your barriers if you don't wish them to. Okay, you do not want them to. Now with the Empress in reverse, I'm hearing you're someone who doesn't know how pretty or how attractive you actually are. So there could be something here about maybe you being insecure in a way, putting up boundaries, thinking no one would want me, or I act this way because no one ever wants me. So it's like giving me the girl who never gets complimented, who never gets walked up to. Is giving me the guy who girls do not look at, and they're not their first choice. And it's kind of because you put up the barrier of leave me alone. So you are someone who's beautiful, but you're also intimidating, and people do not want to walk up to you because they're scared of what you're going to say or what you're going to do. Honestly, is what's coming through here. It's like you're someone who puts up like a front, or like I said, it takes a long time for people to get past your barrier of the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is long journeys. Knight of Pentacles is someone who is like in it for however long it takes. You know what I mean? So I'm hearing, I'll do whatever it takes. Cause I love how it feels when I break the chain. I'll do whatever it takes. So you also do come off as someone who is going to do whatever it takes, okay? Or people will do whatever it takes to get close to you, because at the end of the day, you definitely are giving Empress energy, and the Empress is someone who easily attracts people. You could be someone who repels people despite how beautiful you are because of this no nonsense work ethic, very much work and play. If I'm at work, I'm not joking around with you. If I'm playing, I'm not talking about work, like I said before. But it's also the Empress coming out at all. You are someone who is very beautiful, who is very magnetic, but I do feel like you keep people at arm's length is what I'm hearing specifically. With the Strength card here, we have Leo. So like I said, Leo with the Empress, which is Taurus and Libra. Leo, which is the Sun, and Taurus and Libra, which is Venus, Venusian energy, definitely gives me someone who is larger than life, someone who attracts attention naturally. But I do feel like it depends on the setting you're in that will, you know, it depends on the setting you're in that will determine if you are in work mode or play mode, okay? If you're off or if you're on, that kind of thing. If you're open or if you're closed, essentially. So that is how you look with the Knight of Pentacles. It's giving. We also have Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So Taurus is coming through twice heavily. So there is something like very grounding about you. You're not, like I said, you're someone who people come to for the serious talks, people come to for serious questions. You either have like a leadership job at work, or people just come to you for advice in general. And I do feel like with you having that kind of energy, you have to be very stern and firm about allowing people to either take the energy or you like give that energy. So if someone is coming to complain about something or needs help with something, you have to either set those boundaries and say, hey, we're not doing that right now. I'm not in the mood. We're at work. We don't do that here. Or it's going to be like, okay, we're playing. I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now. So like I said, very strong and firm boundaries that you have to set with yourself, because you're the person that people come and confide in, and you're usually the person, or you are the person that people do want to come and have long drawn out conversations where they tell you what's going on, and you kind of, what is it called, decipher what's going on or help them and give them advice kind of thing. And it just depends on if you're in work mode or play mode. That depends. That, like I said, determines if you're going to be helping them or telling them, hey, we're at work, we don't talk about that at work, or hey, I'm trying to have a good time right now, we're not talking about that right now. So it's like, it's giving a time and place. You give the energy of there's a certain time and place for certain things, and attitudes, moods, conversations, you know, that kind of thing. But you are someone who is very beautiful and who's very gorgeous, and you do attract a lot of attention. But it's kind of like someone, you don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you even more beautiful, because you're not someone who's using that beauty to the benefit of you, to use other people or use it to your advantage. You're just someone who is just yourself, is what I'm hearing. You're someone who's very natural. So it's like giving natural beauty. You're not someone who is wishy-washy, you're up and down. You're someone who people can count on, rely on. If you're nice one day, you're going to be nice the next day, but you may be like more reserved or restricted the next day, because now they're meeting you as your work persona instead of you're going out and having a good time persona. You know what I mean? So that's enough of how you're looking. We're going to see how people treat you based on that. So I'm going to put these cards up there, but we're going to keep them out though. And now we're going to get into how does that look, that persona you put off, how does that determine how people treat you? So please, Spirit, how they look and they act determine how people treat them? Look, we have the Lovers coming out in reverse. Yup. The Lovers coming out in reverse, Temperance coming off in reverse, Temperance coming out in reverse. It's like you leave people off kilter not knowing how to act certain times, because maybe you're hot and cold. Like I said, if you're at work, you're not someone who, you're cold, you know what I mean? You're a cold fish, someone who doesn't let people through. You're stoic, you know, standoffish. But then, excuse me, the same person would meet you out of work and you're fun, you're the life of the party, you're looking very, you could be like very conservative at work, where you dress where you don't really show that much skin, because like I said, it's work. To you, that's work. And then when you go out, you just like dress beautifully, you put on makeup, like you're just very different, is what I'm getting in different settings, you know what I mean? So if someone at work were to see you out on a day out, they'd be like, what the heck, that's not the same person. You know what I mean? We always knew she was beautiful, but she covers her beauty with, you know, shoulder pads and pantsuits and, you know what I mean? Things like that. We don't really see so much of her or him as we, you know, he has a full suit on, but when we're seeing them out having a good old time, they're dancing, they're grinding, they whining, they singing out. They're a completely different person, you know what I mean? They come out of their shell. So that's what people are kind of saying about you, but how does that determine how they treat you? They're unsure of how to treat you. But the Three of Pentacles, I love that it's coming out because work is very much coming through heavily here. So you could have like a very, your career or business woman or man. So you have to have, like I said, that distinction. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. All of these cards are coming out in reverse. Wow. So how do people treat you? They don't know how to treat you. It's the vibe that's coming through for me. With the Lovers at all coming through, with the Empress energy coming through, there is something very, people are strongly magnetically drawn to you as a lover, as someone who they would want to be with in a romantic relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, marriage material, wifey material, that kind of stuff is coming through. But with it coming out in reverse is telling me people are not sure how you may feel about them romantically, so they don't shoot their shot, you know what I mean? Because one minute they meet you, you're cold, and you know, then the next minute they meet you, you're very playful. It's like who is who and what is what, you know what I mean? So very confused, off kilter with the Temperance card coming out right after. Has determined how they treat you. Temperance upright is usually like, it's very Sagittarius energy, which is why it always confuses me, because it's about like being in balance and having and taking things in moderation. That's not the vibe that Sagittarius gives me at all, you know. But it's like, you know, them being a Sag, they have a good, like, crazy wild side, but also they may work, they take their work very seriously. So like I said, work, play, balance is like immovable. You're not going to see me acting all kind of way. You're not going to catch me off guard. At work, I'm composed, I am professional, I am strict, you know what I mean? I take the high ground. You're not going to see me cussing and getting out of order. I'm very buttoned up, closed off. But then when you see me partying, I'm completely different. Like, my hair is crazy and unruly. I could be sweating. I could be showing more skin. I'm more friendly. I'm more open. And it's kind of the vibe of the hot boss that everybody sees, or the hot coworker, where you see they have potential to be so attractive. And they are. But there's a closed off, buttoned up nature to them. You're not seeing them hair out. You're not seeing any skin. They're not showing any interest in you, your hobbies, your life at all. Because we're just here for work, honestly, okay? But then if you were to meet that same person out, having a good time with their friends, letting them down their hair, they're a completely different person. That leaves people off kilter. So maybe you are someone who goes out a lot with coworkers, or you have friends or people who see you in your professional setting and then who sees you in your fun, playful setting, okay? But with the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, it's giving that people may think that you're hard to work with, and I'm getting that's because of the attraction they have towards you. With the Lovers card coming out and the Empress card coming out in reverse, like, people are like, oh, this person's so beautiful, I want to ask them out, but they don't want to have any of it when we're at work. But then also when they're out having a good time, they're intimidating again, because they're this beautiful Empress when they're ready. And now I'm even more nervous. Like, who am I more scared of? The buttoned up, closed off, conservative person, or the person who's going out drinking, having a good time, partying, dancing? Who am I more scared of? We don't know. And now we're off balance because we're just all around, up and down, all around, okay? The Page of Swords in reverse is giving me people that are scared to make the first move or talk to you. So how you look and how you act, how does it affect how people approach you or treat you? They're scared to speak up or say anything, which is the thing that I was talking about, how you think, or you may think that you're the friend that never gets approached, or you're the person that never gets talked to or hit on or pursued, that kind of thing. It's because people don't know how to place you. So they either think you're too stuck up, you're too loosey-goosey, or they see both sides and they don't know which is the real you. And that confuses them even more. Like, how am I supposed to know which person to cater to? Like, because people who act more conservative, there's a specific approach you take for that, right? And then people who are more outgoing and free, there's a specific approach to take to that, right? But if you're someone that's both, how do I approach them and tell them I'm interested, you know, without looking stupid or being thrown away or being embarrassed or turned down, you know what I mean? Here with the world in reverse, like I said, you are a lot of people's end game is what it keeps coming through. You're the long goal. And I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles coming out in reverse, you do look like someone who is looking for something long term. You're not someone who's looking for wham bam, thank you ma'am, who's looking for situationships. You're not someone who's looking for any of those things. And if you are, then the majority of the people that are watching aren't here for that. So you're in the minority in this reading because it is a general reading. It's giving people see the world in your eyes. People see the future with you, but it's also like they're scared and off kilter. So can I get a clarifier for the Temperance in reverse, please? I'm hearing they can't get enough of you. They always want to be around you. Something that is coming through as well, which is why you have to have big boundaries, which I'm sure you do, because people just always want to be around you in your business, child. Okay. Can I get a clarifier for the Temperance in reverse? Why the Temperance in reverse here? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you make people nervous. People who feel lesser than you. So like I said, you are larger than life, the life of the party. Very big, all-encompassing energy with the Sun and the Empress coming through. So a lot of people are very nervous. It doesn't matter which persona you're embodying right now. You're still like very intimidating. I'm hearing Capricorn rising, like you're very stern, strict, Saturnian, that kind of thing. You're also a little mercurial, where like I said, you can be both and all at the same time. And it's kind of like people are just like, it's giving whiplash. You know what I mean? Just like, is this the same person that I work with? This is completely different. How do I approach this person now? Like, because I can't approach her at work because she's all business. But now I approach her in her setting of being more playful and open and fun and having a good time. And how do I approach this person? I'm used to the person I see at work. Like, you know what I mean? So it's giving confusion. Page of Pentacles, and another card came out. The Wheel of Fortune with the Temperance. Wow, okay. So Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune upright. So the Page of Pentacles in reverse is giving me they're afraid to shoot their shot. It's essentially something that's coming through. Wheel of Fortune is, yeah, they're afraid to shoot their shot because they don't know how it's going to turn out. The wheel is still turning. They're not sure if it's going to go in their favor or not. Are they going to end up on the top of the wheel? Or are they going to end up at the bottom of the wheel? Can I get a clarifier for the World in reverse, please? Why is that here? For how do people treat them? So people treat you kind of like fine china, or as like a big scary wolf, or it's a challenge to overcome, or something to pick apart, a puzzle to solve is kind of what I'm getting. So when you see people are standoffish and not like overly friendly, or approaching you left and right, or shooting their shot, that's why. Because you make them nervous, you get them off balance, they feel off kilter, they're not sure how to approach what you're going to be receptive to, that kind of thing. I'm going to clarify for the World in reverse, please. Why is that here? The World in reverse. How does how my group 1 look affect how people see them? You have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. There's something here about starting, beginning, infantry, youth, naivety, that kind of thing. Because pages are very much youthful, naive, very unsure, uneducated energy. They're not sure what to do. You know what I mean? A novice, essentially, in all things. A Page of Swords is a novice in communicating and knowledge and wisdom. And a Page of Pentacles is a novice in going after what you want and setting foundations, building upon certain things, you know? So there's something here about them, first of all, making the move to talk to you, and then making the move to build upon that, okay? But the Ace of Pentacles clarifying the World in reverse for how do they treat you. I do feel like the people that do end up having the courage to say anything to you, they're like fully serious. They know what they want. They're just as confident and mercurial and multifaceted as you are. So it's much easier for them to kind of navigate how to approach you, because they're like, oh, that's me. That's my twin. I'm hearing evil twin. I guess we evil then. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. That was like a soundbite going around on TikTok for a little bit, where it's like, like evil twin, I guess we evil then, that kind of thing, where I think they were doing a mostly like zodiac signs, where it's like every zodiac sign has an evil twin, and they're just like, hey, evil twin. It's like, oh, evil twin, I guess we evil then, you know what I mean? We're gonna be evil together. It's kind of like this person found their evil twin in you, where they're also stoic and you know, all business at work, but then when it's time to have a good time, they're also the same way. So just like, I've just met me, and of course I would know what I want and how I would want to be approached. So you attract people who are just like you in that way of multifaceted, mercurial, stoic, but also know how to have a good time. Maybe the center of attention. Maybe you're just intimidating because you did represent that Leo strength energy. You're very strong, hard to read. And then also fierce and also loyal, that kind of thing as well. So you could be the friend that's always that they come up and talk to you or try to talk to your friend, and you're just telling your friend this person's BS, like, don't listen to them, they're like fake, they're not, you know what I mean, those kind of things. But people are just scared of you because you have like a big mouth, you have big opinions, a big personality, and it's kind of like everyone can handle that. So based on how you look, you give off big personality. You give off someone that people should not mess with. You're giving off a woman who was able to tame a lion and get that lion to roll over on his belly for her, which lions do not do. That's a sensitive side to them. So you bring out the sensitive soul in people. You bring up the nervousness in people. You bring out the loyalty in people, and people see that and it makes them nervous. And it would make sense why they're nervous now that I'm getting more into your energy. It's just like very much, you're very well-rounded is what I'm hearing. So yeah, Ace of Pentacles, how they end up treating you, they know they have to come correct with the only the finest of offers, you know what I mean? Because if we see in this Ace of Pentacles card, which you probably can't see, but I'll hold up the camera anyway, we have her in a forest, and it's like an abundant garden, and the hand just coming out and giving her the gold that she needs. They're not giving her silver, they're not giving her bronze. She's getting a gold coin because she's a golden opportunity in someone's life, and they know they have to treat her with respect. Like she's an actual woman worthy of being lauded on, worthy of being pursued, courted, that kind of thing, dated properly. You're paying for the days, giving someone who's offering to buy you a drink or offering to take you out, that kind of thing. For my men, it's the same way, because there are some women who are more proactive. I just saw 2020, if that was important to someone. Maybe the year 2020 was important. I feel like it was important for all of us because that was like peak COVID, but that could be a confirmation for someone here, that angel number 2020. But yeah, there's something here about people only coming to you with solid offers, and other people do not even try wasting their time because of how you look, whether you're in work or playing mode. It's given, do not mess with me, do not waste my time. I am an Empress, and the Empress energy is only given to specific people, not people who waste my time, people who are going to put in the work with this Nine of Pentacles coming through here. Like, you're someone who people know they have to put in the work, and solid work. Laying the groundwork is the Nine of Pentacles vibe. And it's going to be for the long haul, not just for a short amount of time. It's a journey, not a marathon. You know what I mean? So with you, this person has to show you that they're not in it to just play games, but they're in it for forever. But there are a lot of people who want your love, you know, who want your energy, who want your, like, this energy of being able to be all these different things. Like, if that, I'm hearing it's fascinating. Because there are a lot of one-dimensional people out there, and you're giving at least 3-dimensional, 5-dimensional at most. There's your work and play persona, but there's also your loyal friend persona that they love. There's also the very feminine persona that they love. There's also the very masculine persona that they love, with the strength card coming through. And there's also the very romantic persona that they love. So they love you as a partner, as a colleague. They love you as a romantic partner. They love you as a woman. They love you as your man side, your masculine side, and they love you in the romantic sense of the word. So you have all these dimensions to you. And only the people who are willing to get to know every single one of them, the Knight of Pentacles, is the people you let in. So I think that's all that I have for you guys. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So how do people treat you like they've known you forever? Or you treat people like you've known them forever, and it makes them like very comfortable opening up to you? Anything else coming through in the cards? How do people treat you like you're the You're the center of their universe, essentially. That they want to prove themselves to you, prove their worth to you, and it's like the only thing that they can do is give you their time, their energy, and their money, because those are the only things that speak volumes. Actions speak louder than words, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that song by One Direction. Better than words, more than a feeling. Crazy in love, dancing on the ceiling. Every time we touch, I'm all shook up. You make me wanna, how I think it's your love. God only knows, yeah, baby, baby. Best I ever had. Hips don't lie. You make me wanna, one more night, irreplaceable. So all those things are coming through. Baby, baby, I don't know how else to sum it up. Cause words ain't good enough. There's no way I can explain your love. Oh, I don't know how else to sum it up. Okay, that's enough. But words ain't good enough. It's like words do not describe or can perfectly sum up how people treat you or how they want to treat you. So it's like giving high value person, and a high value person is not going to be expecting anything. They want a dowry. They want a deposit that shows that you're in it for the long haul. There's a reason why people back in the days had to give a dowry, or the woman or man had to give a dowry for that person's hand in marriage, because that person's family needed to know their child or son, whatever, would be taken care of. You know what I mean? I need to know that you're in it for the long haul. You're actually looking for marriage, and people who are not looking for marriage would not be willing to put so much money into it, or would not be able to put so much time into it, you know. So you're someone who has to be courted, because I realized, or someone told me of a few years ago, that being courted is different than dating. So first you would court that person, they would see if they wanted to date you, then you would date that person, and then you would become like official or going steady. I guess that's what they said back in the days. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, you said what you said, you know what I mean? I was like, courting and dating is the same thing, because you're supposed to be courting someone into dating you, but they were like, no, there's courting, and then there's dating if the courting stage goes well. So people know they have to court you in order to even get your attention enough for you to want to date that person. And that's how people treat you. For those of you who this is only about work connections, all you care about, people know that you have the wisdom and knowledge that they need, and they come to you for what they need help with. You know, you have the answer that they need, essentially. But it's like you attract people who don't know as much as you do, which, like I said, is the page energy. People who are now just beginning life, they need guidance and help, and you are representing someone who is like the empress already, or even a knight, to help them, you know, become the person they want. People love to work with you, but they're scared to ask to collaborate, because Three of Pentacles does represent collaborations. So people do want to collaborate with you, but they're scared to ask to collaborate with you. With all these cards coming in reverse, they want to talk to you, pick your brain, they're scared to. They want to give you the world, show you a good time. They're scared to. They refrain from doing so. But some people who are, you know, soldiers are fighting their way to get to you with this Ace of Pentacles, you know. Wheel of Fortune is people just hoping and praying that they are lucky enough to get like your time, whether it's romantic, platonic, business, career-wise. It doesn't matter. People know that they have to put in actual work, and most people like are scared away before they get to do it, you know. But that's all that I have for you guys for this reading. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always email me using my email in the description box below, and I'll set you up with a reading. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. That was how does how you look affect how people treat you, or your vibe, whatever you wanted to go off. And that is all. Pleiadian Priestess out. Bye, guys. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose whatever you use to choose and get your group 2, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because the setup today is different. Like I said, and probably, or will say in the intro, I'm not at home right now, but I do want to do a reading for you guys. I miss it. So I'm doing a new setup where you're probably just seeing an image or something to bring you to your reading. But Welcome. Today's reading is going to be about how does your looks, your personality, your vibes, whatever, affect how people treat you. So how do you look? How do you present? The way you present to the world, how does that affect how people treat you? That's what we're gonna be going over today. Okay. So first and foremost, at the bottom of the deck, when I reshuffle for your reading, we have the Fool upright. So the Fool upright always gives me the energy of people like wanting to just throw their hat in the race, jump off the cliff, you know what I mean, do whatever needs to be done to kind of get close to you. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting for you guys right off the bat. The Fool is like the starting things over, embarking on a new journey. It's also giving me like a what do you call it, a bard, or those people who like sing and travel, that kind. I think it's a bard, yeah. So I'm seeing Yaskier from The Witcher, and he was definitely someone who would sing from different places. He was a poet. He was like a very romantic at heart, like, you know what I mean, a joker. He would go to different courts and sing and entertain, that kind of thing. So people are willing to put on a show if you want a show, is what I'm hearing. If you want to go somewhere, they want to go with you because you're a good time. You could be someone who's just very entertaining in general, you know what I mean? You put on a show wherever you go, so people always want to be there with you at that show. Or it's like life is like a movie whenever you're around. So good. I'm hearing romantical, impractical things happen when they're in your presence. For example, the whole tab gets paid for. You get tickets to a free show. You win a sweepstakes that allows you and 3 friends to go on a trip somewhere. Like, you're just very lucky. Or you're always getting up and going on a journey. Your friends love that about you, and which is why they kind of gravitate towards you, because many friends are more reserved, but you're not. You're just very open. You're very free. You know what I mean? You're very yourself. I'm hearing you're very, what's the word that's coming through? Authentic in yourself and who you are. And it's kind of like people will like want to, yeah, you're very also, it's giving like, what do they call it? Not a scavenger, a traveler, but like a, what do they call, gypsy, where they don't stay in one place for long. They kind of travel in big groups, whether they're blood related or not. They're like, it's like a gypsy little clan where they all travel because they don't want to stay one place for a long time, and those people gravitate towards each other because they have the same views on life, that kind of thing. So the people who are outgoing, who want to go on vacations, who love experiencing these big grand things, is the people that you attract, or how people treat you, kind of thing. Like I said, things just happen to you, and your friends or people around you know, hey, I want to be that person's friend. So those things can happen to me too, okay? So first, what we're going to do is get into your looks, personality, whatever, and see who you are, and if this, it's kind of like an energy check, if this reading will resonate for you based on the cards that come out in the first half. And then we're going to get into, based on how you came out in the reading in the beginning, how they treat you, okay? Since the reading is how do people treat you based on how you look, your energy, your vibe. So we already have a card. We have the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, new opportunities. We have the Hermit card. You are someone who's very much to yourself. You're very individualistic, is what I just heard. So you're the only kind of person they've ever met of your kind, of your stature, you know what I mean? Which is why you're also very authentic. People don't meet many people like you. I'm hearing that phrase from, you guys are getting a lot of pop culture references already in the beginning of the reading. You don't meet a girl like her every dynasty, which is what the Emperor says to Shang when he's letting Mulan get away after she won the Emperor's like prize or something. I'm also hearing Emperor's New Groove. So you kind of give like a majesty, you give off a royalty, you give off a regality kind of thing, like you're not real. And not everybody in the world is born into a royal family. It's kind of like you strike gold, you know what I mean? You're the kind of person, if you guys are going dating for gold or gems, I want to be on their team because I know they always come back with gold. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, you just always hit the jackpot. And that's why people want to be around you, you know what I mean? Good things happen when you're around, essentially. But like I was saying, she won the Emperor's fealty or something because she saved him from Shan Yu and his goons, okay? And Mulan is riding away, and the Emperor's telling Shang, you don't meet a girl like her every dynasty. So saying like, get to it, hop to it, go after her, which she does end up doing, because not many women would have been like, my father can't go to war, I need to go in his steed. Like, no, not many women would do that, but she did. She was very brave. Someone was very courageous. It's full energy, exactly like I was saying. The full energy, we're always willing to go and do what needs to be done, what other people are scared to do, what other people may stop themselves from doing by overthinking. You just go and hop in, you know? You hop off the cliff, you're all in. Okay, so we have the Hermit energy, which I said you're very individualistic. Not many people are like you. We also have Virgo energy coming through, which is coming through again in the Ace of Pentacles, but that's more so all the Earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But Ace of Pentacles, like, good things are always happening. People always think they're in a garden of opportunity when they're around you. Opportunity just strikes, like I said before. And the Hermit card is you also have like there's a philosophy that you have. Like, it's like c'est la vie, you only live once, or YOLO, you only live once. C'est la vie is, you know, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? I'm just here to live my life kind of thing, you know? You're very good with change as well. There's something here about a philosophy that you have that you live by. You know what I mean? The golden rule, you have a golden rule, you have morals, you have values, stuff like that. You have like a coat of arms that would be presented or attributed to your family, for example. You know, you may even have like a crest, the way the Cullens had a crest in their movie. They didn't really talk much about it, but they all wore the ring, which is something I noticed the more I watched the movies, how they all wore their family ring, crest, whatever, with pride. But it never was touched upon. But in the books and stuff like that, there's the family crest, there's a family model, that kind of stuff. And that could have been something you came from, you know what I mean? And it's like a royalty, like you come from a family where things were instilled in you, philosophies, you know, ways of living, that kind of thing. And the same thing that I was saying with gypsies, where they just go where the wind takes them. They don't stay in one place for a long time. They're travelers forever, you know what I mean? They go where the wind takes them. And that's kind of the energy you give off as well. You're always seeking higher knowledge too. You want to learn, you want to explore. It's giving 9th house, Sagittarius. You're always traveling and you come back with the best stories, which is why your friends like, the next time you're traveling, take me with you. Okay. Can I get another card for their energy? Justice. Yeah, you're very balanced. You're very trustworthy is what I'm hearing. You're very fair. You're very just. Okay. You have the answer, the knowledge, because the one thing about the Justice or Woman in Justice card is she has one hand holding the scales and another hand holding the sword of truth. Okay. So you don't lie. You're very frank, blunt, honest, to the point, and you don't force people to do or believe in what you believe in, but you're speaking. How can I say this? You don't force other people to believe what you believe in, but that doesn't stop you from like preaching what you believe in. So it's kind of like those maybe Jehovah's Witnesses, or those people who are on the, if you live in New York, so you know what I'm talking about, the Jehovah's Witness be coming knocking on your door. They don't give a flying little. They're peeking through your windows, snatching your people up, trying to snatch up everybody to become one of them. Or the people who are doomsday, like, oh, Christ is coming and you have to repent, and like, you know, those kinds of people where they don't care whether you're this or that. They're just proudly and boldly speaking about their beliefs. So you can join them and believe in them, that's great. But if you don't join them and believe in them, they're not sitting there cussing you out, calling you this and that, you know, that they're very respectfully trying to push their agenda on you, which is something people could say you do, you know. Like, you're not forcing them to believe in it, but you're going to speak about it nonetheless. You're going to tell them about it and try to sway them, you know, or educate them, you know, because the one thing that I think God says is, like, it's not your fault if you can't sway someone, but the fact that if they don't know and you know and you don't tell them, then you will be condemned for that, you know. Not to bring religion into it at all, but just trying to give you examples. He's like, if they don't know, you know, that's fine. But if you knew and you know they didn't know and you didn't tell them about it, then you're going to be condemned as well, which we're not going to get into that because I don't know about all that, but that just came to my mind, okay? So Justice, someone who is very like high and mighty, someone who's very respected, someone who's, I'm hearing, revered as well. You're sitting on your little throne. Yeah, see, thrones and majesty and royalty keeps coming through. So some of you could come from like a very highly esteemed family. You guys have the name like the, what do you call it, the Kennedys, you know what I mean? Or the royal family in England. Like, you have esteem to you, and people want to listen to what you want to say because you have that esteem, you know, that comes from being a part of a specific family or a specific region, or, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Where if you hear Trump, you think of a specific person. You think of Prince Harry, you think of a specific person. You think of Queen Elizabeth, whatever, you think of a specific person. You think of FDR, you think of a specific person. Like, families that have legacies, like legacies in fraternities, sororities, whatever. But I'm also hearing Martin Luther King. Whenever you hear of his people, his mother, not his mother, his wife and his kids, he left a legacy behind, you know. Who else? Martin left a legacy behind. FDR left a legacy behind. You hear Lincoln left a legacy behind. Like, people who have like streets and avenues and highways named after them. Because I'm thinking of Hamilton Expressway in New York, and every time I'm there, I'm like, oh, Hamilton, you know, Alexander Hamilton, people who left legacies behind, that's the kind of person you are going to become, or the family you come from. You come from a legacy family, or you're creating your own legacy. You know, take that as it resonates, child. Because this reading is very all over the place already. And here we have the World in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles upright. So people do see you as a hard worker, someone who's always mastering their craft. So the Eight of Pentacles with the Hermit energy is always giving someone who is always learning, always becoming a better version of themselves. You know, someone who's very kind, very open. You're very welcoming in a certain kind of way. You know, like I said, you're not condemning someone if they don't believe in what you believe in, but it's not stopping you from preaching what you believe in. You know what I mean? Justice, we have Libra energy coming through. With Hermit, we have Virgo energy. With the World, we have all the fixed signs, which would be Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. So you could be someone who's very stubborn as well with the Eight of Pentacles. I can see that. You're only focused on what you're focused on, you know. A very self-involved could be something, and Leos are known to be like selfish or something, so there could be something here about that where you're like so closed off. You've only been exposed to how you lived, which could have been very conservative, so it's hard for you to adapt to different kinds of cultures or people or philosophies because you've only grown up in one. So it's like if you've grown up Mormon or Amish or Jewish, it's like a very closed off practice and community where you have to do a bunch of things in order to become that religion or that belief system. But if you're a Christian, you don't really have to do, I think you have to be baptized. I'm not even gonna lie, so let me not even say that. You know, so there's something where there has to be an initiation so that you only have a small group of people around you, or you only let in a specific amount of people that is coming through as well. But with the World in reverse, how do people see you? Yeah, your world views are closed off. Your world is very small, is what I'm getting. So like I said, you come from a rich family. You come from the royal family. You come from gypsies where you were only exposed to a certain kind of living. That is what's coming through very heavily here, guys. Very conservative, closed off, close-knit, very concentrated kind of thing. And it's hard for you to open yourself up to other ideas or beliefs because you came from a place where everyone believed in everything, and that can be taken in good ways and bad ways. For example, people who are racist, for example, they literally believe that black people or any people that are not white or whatever, Aryan features, whatever, are beneath them. And it's like, that is their belief system. That's what they grew up believing. So whenever they would see a black person or a person of color, they're like, oh, like I've never been around them, so it would make them uncomfortable, that kind of thing, you know. But I'm not saying you are that. I'm just trying to give examples. The way it can be taken in a bad way and in a good way, you know. So you are someone who's very hardworking. You have a belief system that you stick to wholeheartedly, is what is coming through very heavily for you guys. And you're always learning. You're very you're either very spiritual, you're either very religious, or you're very just belief heavy, philosophy heavy, where you just, like I said, read a lot and know a lot about different things, or just one specific thing. So if you're a doctor, you have to choose one specific type of medicine. So you would either be a heart doctor, a mind doctor, a leg doctor, a toe doctor, a hand doctor, an eye doctor, an ear doctor, you know. It's like you are a doctor, but you're very concentrated in one type of medicine, if that's a better example to give, okay? So that's how you come off to people, okay? The World in reverse, like I said, very maybe closed off worldview, or just closed off from the world. You live your life in like a little bubble, and you don't really you don't really allow how people think or feel to affect you and your beliefs. Like, you're unshakable, okay? And it's because you spent a lot of time honing onto who you are, okay? So we're going to put these cards up here, and then we're going to get into how does that affect how people treat you. So please, Spirit, how does that affect how people treat them? Group twos, my group twos. How does their looks, personality, vibe affect how people treat them? Here we have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. People may seem like I don't know, they get tired very easy. They're always fighting against your beliefs. People around you could be trying to open you up to new horizons or new things, and you're just like very one-track minded, focus on one specific thing. So for example, people who are picky eaters is a good example. They only eat chicken nuggets and french fries, and their friends like, hey, or try some tuna tartare, or try some squid, or try some this, and they're just like, nope, I'm good with my chicken nuggets and french fries. And they're just like, ugh. and it's just like an endless uphill battle with you, with the Nine of Wands coming out, how they treat you, just like but they're not giving up though. You know, you inspire that loyalty for people to continue wanting to be by your side and helping you, even if you are very tiresome, even if you are very selfish, even if you are very self-focused or one-track minded. You know, people still want to stay there and help you become more well-rounded, you know. With the High Priestess in reverse, you could come off as someone who's like a little foolish, because you did get the Fool at the bottom of the deck. The High Priestess knows all, sees all. She's very like closed off. But even if you did come from, like I said, a background or a family or life, I don't know. You came from a family, a religion, a life. Actually, I could just leave it at that. A life where things are like very much, this is the only way to do it. This is the only right way. That kind of thing. And most people would be closed off to learning about other cultures, religions, or whatever. You're the opposite, I feel like. So you grew up in a box and you decided to come out of that box and be friendly and open to everyone, you know, welcoming kind of thing. Or maybe not. It's going to be different for everyone, because I was getting a vibe of you being very closed off and being in your box and not wanting to move from that box. So for some of you, you grew up in that box. You had no choice, but when you started seeing things from a different perspective, you came out of the box and wanted to learn more about that, which would tie into that whole foolish freedom, fool's journey. We are learning things over again. And I love how the Fool is the first. Yeah, we have the Fool, which is 0, then we have the Magician, which is 1, and then we have the High Priestess, which is 2. So you're definitely someone who's learning new things, you know what I mean? You're becoming a better version of yourself, and that's how people treat you, as someone who's still learning, and they have to be patient with you. With the Fool, the one coming out upright, and you and the Magician and the High Priestess coming out in reverse, is giving you're still learning to be the Magician. You know, you're still learning to be the High Priestess. Maybe you're someone who's, like I said, very naive, very go with the flow. You're open to all things that can get you into trouble, or it could get you into situations where life is beautiful, and like I said, you get VIP treatment everywhere, but it's like you think that's all that life is, because that's all that you were exposed to, when it's a lie. There's other friends or people in the world who had a different upbringing, and you're trying to learn their point of view as well, you know, because you're very vocal about what you believe in, is what I'm hearing and what I'm getting from these cards as well. 4 of Cups in reverse, yeah, you're still someone who's trying to come out of their shell, come out of their core beliefs, and believe that a lot of things can be true, not just one thing, you know. And that's how people treat you, as someone who's still learning, someone who shouldn't be treated with kitty gloves, but you shouldn't get annoyed at them because it's not their fault. They grew up in a cult or in a specific thing, and they're trying to get out of it. They're trying to learn new things. They're trying to go within themselves with the Hermit and the 8 of Pentacles, and we're trying to have grace. We're giving them grace, okay? So that's how people treat you, maybe a little bit with kitty gloves. The High Priestess in reverse does give me someone who's more open to certain things. So right before, you may have been closed off to only believing in what you believed in. Now you're more open to learning new things. I'm pretty sure I said it before, but just want to cover all my bases before I forget. The 4 of Cups in reverse. The 4 of Cups upright is someone who's very much uninterested in what someone has to say, what's going on outside of their strict beliefs. Like I said, you are someone who's now encountering different belief systems and different cultures and things like that, and you're learning slowly but surely. Instead of, you know, maybe being judgmental towards them, being more open towards what they went through, is the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. With the Magician in reverse, you haven't learned or fully incorporated these new beliefs you have or been learning, but it's there, you know what I mean? You're trying, is what I'm getting, okay? So people may treat you with kitty gloves, or just a little wary of you, or maybe they get a little like tired or annoyed, but they're not giving up on you, is what is coming through very heavy. This has to be like a very specific kind of person you guys are, because I don't really, this is like a very specific energy coming through. And here we have the 6 of Wands. Yeah, like I said, everything happens for you. Wherever you go, you get attention, you get special treatment, you get, that's how people treat you. And they're just like, you're just lucky is what I'm getting, because justice is like everything going in your favor. It's that good karma. So you may have just a lot of good karma from a past life, or a lot of good karma from doing good in your life, and everything just seems to be on the up and up. You went to school, you have a great job. Like I said, you became a doctor and you're studying heart, you're a cardiologist, you're studying the brain, you're I forget what brain doctors are called, but it's not important right now. But you became someone who is in an elite world of their own, an elite squad where everybody can't be and say they're a part of that squad, and it's for a reason. You have to either have to put in a lot of hard work, or it was just given to you because you were born with it, kind of thing, you know. But Six of Wands coming out is how they treat you is definitely giving what is the word I'm trying to say, golden spoon or silver spoon, that kind of thing is coming through. So some people could think you have been given the silver spoon and therefore you continuously are being fed the silver spoon, or people just want to silver spoon feed you because of the energy that you embody. Either or, take it as it resonates, okay? Can I get a clarifier for the Magician reverse? Why is that here? Why is the Magician reverse? How people treat them? How do people treat them based on how they look or how they act, their vibe, please, Spirit? What card is this? We have the Three of Wands. Yeah, I think people want to teach you, people want to help you, people want to guide you, or they want to join you on your spiritual journey, you know? It's giving me you're someone who's highly enlightened, and you inspire followers. You know, you attract followers, people who want to be like you and do what you do and learn from you, which could also be a meaning of the Six of Wands. People who want to praise you and give you your flowers, and what's it called? Praise you, give you your flowers, celebrate you, that kind of thing, put you on a pedestal, essentially. And the Three of Wands is also that kind of energy. They just want to go on trips with you, which is what I was saying in the beginning as well. They just want to be around you, go on trips with you. They want more and more and more of your energy and your philosophy. So whatever philosophy you have or beliefs you have, people love it. And that is why they choose to give you things or make life easier for you, or do not give up on you, even if you can be exasperating, a little entitled sometimes, you know. Can I get a clarifier for the High Priestess in reverse? Why is that here? The High Priestess in reverse. Why is that here, please, Spirit? Why is that here? Why is that here? Okay, tell me why it's here. Excuse me. Why is the High Priestess in reverse here? How people treat them? Maybe people are open book with you. Other people could be like a little closed off. People just open up to you very easily with the High Priestess in reverse. Because if it is like how people treat you, High Priestess in reverse is they're very open, they're very honest, you know, they're very truthful, they're very vulnerable, very emotional with you, you know what I mean? They just tell you all their secrets because they feel comfortable with you, essentially, is the vibe that's coming through. The Four of Cups in reverse, instead of showing their disinterest, they show they're very interested. There's not many people who can be standoffish when it comes to you or give up on you, which is why we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is something, or someone who never gives up. They're going to keep going even if they're tired. So even if you can be tiresome or whatever, like I said, at the core or at the heart of these people who treat you a certain kind of way, they want to keep treating you that way. They don't will ever get never give up on you, is what I'm hearing. So you just attract loyal followers, a loyal standing because of your beliefs. People are like, I'm gonna stick beside her. It's giving me the whole thing on TikTok where people are like, they can't make me hate you, they'll never make me hate you, you know, they'll never be able to hate you, because at the end of the day, you grew up, you know, you can't help how you grew up or what happened to you, but what you're doing right now to help fix it, to learn more about it, to be more spiritual, to be more holding yourself accountable for these certain things and thinking outside of the box. They can't respect you for that, which they do. A lot of people respect you and their actions show that. They appreciate you in some way. They celebrate you, pay for your drinks, buy you things, that kind of stuff, okay? Like I said before, here we have for clarifiers of the High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So people are very homely and open to you. They don't leave you to figure things out on your own. There's people that are always willing to help you because you make them feel at home and they want you to feel at home as well. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, okay? The Nine of Swords, how do they treat you? Interesting. Yeah, there's something here about you being a little bit of a headache or hard to decipher, hard to understand. And it's like they're not giving up on understanding you or tapping out, but it's like you're very like intricate. You're very like unique, multifaceted. There's something that is like multi-dimensional about you, and they're, once they think they understand you, there's something else you show them that's like, oh crap, I gotta learn this too. So it's kind of like when you finally beat one stage, you're another stage, another monster comes through that you have to fight. So they're constantly on an uphill battle just trying to get to you or learn more about you, and it's not that easy, you know. Okay. The Five of Cups in the verses, they treat you, yeah, they don't want you to be sad, they don't want you to be happy, they don't want you to be on your own, they don't ever want you to feel abandoned or sad or downtrodden or too hard on yourself. They want to make you feel good and build you up, you know, because there's something here about it not being your fault or you helping them so much that it doesn't matter how annoying or how hard your life is or how much you have to come and complain to them or how much you cry or how much good things happen to you and bad things happen to them. There's nothing that's stopping them from being by your side, okay? And then here we have the Page of Swords. I'm hearing a lot of compliments, a lot of defending, a lot of good things being said about you behind your back or to your face, essentially, which is that Six of Wands coming out again. People are giving you your flowers. They're giving you your praise. Like they're doing all of that now in the present to your face and behind your back. That's how people treat you. They want to talk to you. They want to have conversations with you. They want to pick your brain as well. It's something that's coming through for how people treat you based on how you look or how you live your life, your personality, your philosophies, whatever. There's something about them being open, honest, and vulnerable with you, not hiding anything from you, being transparent. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys, honestly. With these two nines coming through here, it's like it's not easy being a part of your life. So you're either someone who's very highly spiritual and you make your friends feel lesser than because you're more evolved than them, but they know that by sticking beside you, they'll end up in a greater place and a better person for it. So it's like hard being your friend. It's hard being around you because life goes so well for you and their life could be bad, or you're so spiritually aligned and evolved and things are always going well for you. You're always on the right path, and they may not be that way. They always feel like they're trying to catch up, essentially is what I'm getting as well. So it's like they always feel lesser than, but they know it's not your fault they feel lesser than. You know, if that makes sense? But yeah, there's like people can't be mean to you. They can't hate you. Yeah, they can't make me hate you. Exactly. Is coming through because you're just authentic to who you are. You're not putting on a front. You're not being fake. You're also very kind. You're very giving. You maybe give second chances or third chances or fourth chances. It's like if my person, which is you, or you are always giving out second, third, fourth, fifth chances, who am I? You don't want to give up and, you know, be downtrodden and be sad or not give them a second chance as well. So I feel like it's like you practice what you preach, or people practice what you preach, or by you practicing what you preach, people have to practice what you preach as well. I know that sounds difficult, but for example, because you give third and fourth and fifth chances, this person can't give up on you after you did one thing wrong. They have to keep giving you chances because when they did something wrong, you gave them another chance, is basically what I'm saying. So because you're so authentic to yourself, you're so real, you're so raw, open, honest about your mistakes, what you've been through, how you're trying to become a better person, they can't hate you because you're just, you know, raw. You're always going on new vacations, learning new things, making new friends, that kind of thing. Attracting new opportunities to yourself. You always have something to celebrate, whether it's something big and magnanimous or not. You're always celebrating the little wins, you know? And they just know that being around that energy will be beneficial to them, whether this is a stranger or a love partner or a friend or someone who's platonic or a work business partner. It doesn't really matter. They just know being around you will benefit them in the end, because you're always so hard at work becoming the best version of yourself. No matter what you've been through, where you started, where you came from, they want more of that. I'm hearing more of that, please. Okay, so I'm going to stop your reading right there. I hope that reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. We have a lot of swords energy coming through, wands, cups, pentacles. Like you're just a well-rounded person. you know how to use all of your energies to your advantage, which people love, okay? But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose, however you chose, or whatever you chose to get to this reading, then you are in the right place. I am doing a different format today where it's not like overhead, you're seeing all the cards and I'm talking. No, it's just going to be me in front of the camera speaking, but I do plan to like make a picture take over the screen. So you're seeing a picture, not me or the cards today. So if this format sounds good to you, or you still want to hear what I have to say, then stick around. I don't know what you chose or how you chose, but welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be getting into how you look, act, all that, your vibe affect how people treat you. Okay, so we're going to be getting into that. I do want to talk about how when I was shuffling the deck, we had the 3 of Cups and we had the 3 of Swords, which are both 3s, and it represents third-party situations or group settings, but it's also heartbreaker and playboy kind of energy. We are always like only here for a good time, not a long time kind of vibes. That could be who you guys are as well, or you're not someone who likes one-on-one relationships. You could also be someone who's poly, okay? And that is your vibe. That is who you come off as, and that's how people know you, or what they know you for, or you know, that is coming through. But we're going to be getting into how, first of all, we're going to be getting into how you look, okay? Your vibe, your personality, your looks, whatever, and how does that affect how people treat you. So first we have to get off. So basically it'll be an energy check to see if that part of the reading resonates with you, and if that is the person you present as, how people treat you afterwards. So you know you chose the right pile kind of thing. So energy check, your vibe, your personality, your whatever, and then after that energy check in, you know, how do people treat you because of it. So my group 3s, please spirit, can I get some cards that represent my group 3s looks, personality, whatever, vibe, overall vibe, please spirit, overall energy. We have the Fool coming out freaking again for you guys. You may have felt called to group 2. You could always watch group 2. We have the 4 of Wands. Yeah, you love to have a good time. So people see you as fun, life of the party. You're never somewhere for long. You're always traveling is what I'm getting, okay? And I'm hearing, I'm just a traveler on this earth. Tuck my heart behind the pocket of my shirt. I just keep going till I'm in the dirt, 'cause I'm a traveler. Oh, I'm a traveler, okay? There's something about that. But you're a traveler, you're always going somewhere. Maybe you are seen as someone who's in a very high profile or very comfortable, sought after relationship is what's coming through with the 4 of Wands as well. You are seen as someone who's booed up, okay? And that could have led to the heartbreak of other people is what could have been coming through with the heartbreak card, because people who came to your wedding or celebrating your relationship right now, like wanted to be with you and they're heartbroken, okay? Different energies coming through, but there's something very accomplished about you, something very stable about you. If none of those things resonate, you're someone who could be always traveling because you have a stable career or a stable relationship. You could post couple content, that's coming through as well. We also have the Wheel of freaking Fortune. What the heck, who are you guys? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, luck is always on your side. It always seems like you're on top of the world kind of thing. It's kind of like you're a chosen one is what I'm hearing. Because on this Wheel of Fortune card, we have a Sphinx coming through here, and he's holding a sword. And it's kind of like you're the chosen one, chosen to fight all the battles kind of thing. And then the thing that's on the bottom of is that Anubis? The god Anubis? I'm not really sure what the god Anubis is for. I just know House of Anubis used to be a bop show on Nickelodeon, okay? All the people who watch that show, comment down below. But it's like giving House of Anubis. It was like a very creepy, like Egyptian-y kind of show. There were always like, there was like a hidden part in the castle, and there was something about a mystery that happened to the girl who lived there before, and about the chosen one. Exactly, because Nina was the chosen one from America who was brought to the house for some reason. Wow. I just be saying stuff in spirit, be confirming it with shows and songs. I love that. So yeah, House of Anubis is something here about that, because the Sphinx at the top of the wheel and the Anubis, whatever god, is at the bottom of the wheel, okay? So he could be a bad god in the Egyptian lore. I don't know. I don't really remember right now, but that has something to do with this, okay? But House of Anubis, that could have just been leading me to House of Anubis, where Nina was the chosen one for that show. But yeah, chosen one energy, lucky energy, you get your pick of the litter kind of energy. You're the golden person, you know, if that makes sense. Now the other card we have here is the wheel in reverse. So far the wheel has come through for all 3 readings, so I could have somebody watching all the way through. Hello. And it's always reversed. It's not come out upright since I started the reading. It's upright in group 1, 2, and now 3. So there is something here about but it's, let me see the meaning of this one, because the meaning was different in group 1 and 2. So for who you are as a person, I'm hearing you turn people's worlds upside down. You turn the world on its head. You could be someone who's like a very chaotic kind of energy, even though you also do have a stable kind of energy. A lot of people are drawn to you. A lot of people gravitate towards you. So that could be your looks, could be your body, because on the world card, she is naked, okay? She is naked, so you are a lot of people's dream man or woman or person, they, them, that kind of thing. And people are always willing to jump off cliffs to maybe impress you, is what I'm getting as well. But it's like giving it girl, it boy, where everything just seems to go well. The spotlight is always on you. You always have like a lot of accolades, a lot of accomplishments, that kind of thing. Can I get a clarify for the wheel in reverse, please? Why is that here? For how we can describe their personality. So we have the Justice card, which also came out in group 2. So if you feel called to group 2, go ahead and watch it. With the Justice card clarifying the world in reverse for how people view your looks, your personality, your vibe. You're someone who is very fair. Someone who is very, I'm hearing judgmental. You could be a little judgmental. But you're judgmental in like a fair way. You don't judge someone based on first meeting them. You judge them based on after knowing them for a little bit, is what I'm getting. Like, you're not giving, oh, that person's wearing pink, I hate pink, they must be a horrible person. No, it's giving, I'm going to stay biased, neutral, until you show me why I should go in the, why I should tip my scales in the good way or the bad way kind of thing. So you're very impartial. That's the word, okay? You turn the world on its head by being this impartial party to a lot of things. A lot of people want to impress, is what I'm hearing as well. People want to impress you, but you stay impartial. You don't show favorites, or you're someone who's hard to like sway or gain the approval of, is something that's coming through as well. I don't think that's the right word though. Gain the attention of. People try to do specific things to get in your good graces, and you're just like, I'm good. I don't want it. I'm not interested. You know, I'm an impartial party, essentially. But you are very just. You are very fair. And you always tell the truth. You're very truthful and very knowledgeable as well. And I'm also hearing you treat people how they deserve to be treated. I turned the deck over and I see the strength card. A strength of character. Maybe some of you felt called to group 1 as well. Like I said, maybe there's someone here who's watching all 3 groups and the cards just coming out to repeat themselves. But the strength card here is you're able to tame any person, tame any demon. Maybe some people consider you maybe an exorcist. That chosen one was coming through. So you're the only person who's able to tame specific people. You're the only person who is everyone loves and respects, you know. Oh, one more card. Can I get one more card for my group, please? Okay, and then we have the Hangman in reverse. There's an ease about how you operate with life, with the Wheel of Fortune being a circle that's always turning, and the Hangman being someone who goes from being in stasis mode to out back in the world learning a new lesson. You could be someone who's always learning new lessons, or you help people learn those lessons. You're the person who is facilitating those lessons for those people. with the Justice card, and then we have the Hangman, which comes right after the Justice card. Is 12, exactly. Yeah, there's something here about you always being enlightened, and you kind of bringing that energy to everyone around you. So if you learn a specific lesson, you're going to be telling your friends, girl, don't do what I did because I learned my lesson from it, or boy or bro, don't do what I did because I learned a lesson from it, and I did this way. Don't ever follow behind my footsteps, kind of thing, you know. So like giving, you're teaching people as you're learning something. Like, of course, certain people want to learn the lesson themselves, but you're the kind of person who doesn't want people to repeat your same mistakes. So you're telling them, hey, I did it the wrong way the first time around. Don't do it my way. It doesn't always have to be like maybe relationship wise. It could be money wise. It could be investing wise. It could be school wise, career wise. Like, girl, I just gave all my money to one person and put my faith in them. Don't ever do what I just did. You know what I mean? I went to school and didn't know what major I wanted to do, and I wasted 4 years and thousands of dollars in debt. Don't do what I did. Like, go to school once you're sure what you want to do. You know what I mean? So you're learning the hard lessons, and it seems like your life is going easy and you're always on track or whatever. But you take those lessons that you have learned and you help others, which would kind of give to your good karma, because the Justice card can also represent good karma. With the Wheel of Fortune, with the Justice card, and the Four of Wands, and the Fool, it's just like things are always honky-dory. Things are always on the up and up for you, and you're always trying new things. That's the kind of friend you are. You're the one who's trying the new things. Going to this vacation spot, don't go there, it was trash, you know, that kind of thing. Leaving reviews, and then just telling all your friends after you've done it and made your mistakes, don't do what I did, you know. The King of Swords and the Six of Swords are the first one to pop out as well. So the King of Swords is someone who is telling the truth, someone who is a teacher, exactly. So that is confirmed what I was talking about you being the teacher. You go through the harsh lessons so your friends and family don't have to, you know what I mean? But then why would they be seeing you as someone who is, so yeah, they're seeing you as someone who's like a master. Like, you've learned things, you've gone to the Fool's journey, and now it's kind of like you're on this part of the journey where you're, exactly, look, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is 10, Justice, which is 11, and the Hangman, which is 12. So right now you could be in this journey in life where things are going really well for you because you've gone through the hard steps first, and it took you going on this fool's journey that everybody's like admiring you for. You took that first big step and everybody else was scared to do. Your friends could have been debating over, did you want to go on this trip to Ibiza, as I just heard? And you guys have been like thinking about it, but nobody was ever sure about it. You're the friend who finally went and did it by yourself. Okay, I travel by myself. I'm not scared to do it. And because of what you did, now you have pointers to give them when they do decide to go, if they do decide to go. You know what I mean? So you're the kind of friend who's always doing things first, and then your friends are following you, you know? You set the example, you know what I mean? You something the curve. And I love how I said curve, and teachers like grade on a curve. So you could be someone who's an actual like teacher. You teach kids or adults or whatever. Like, teachers like grade on a curve. That's something I heard when I was younger. King of Swords, yeah, someone who cuts through the BS, who doesn't lie, who's very blunt in a way that may seem very mean, but you are someone who just can't lie. You know what I mean? You're gonna tell the harsh truth, or you're gonna tell the truth even if it is harsh, you know? Because not all truths are harsh. Some people don't want to hear the truth. You don't care. Well, child, you're going to tell them. I wouldn't say you don't give a rat's ass. You're telling people about themselves, what needs to be done, how they can change. And you're the kind of person like, don't come asking me something. Don't come asking for my advice if you're not going to follow my advice. Now you're wasting my time. I'm not someone who could, like, who has time to spare. Thank you. The Fool energy, we have Aries energy coming through. Justice, we have Libra. King of Swords is more air. We have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Hangman is, I'm pretty sure it's Pisces energy. The World is all the fixed signs, which is Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Okay, and Wheel of Fortune and the Wheel all represent the same signs, fixed signs. So Leo 2 times over, Aquarius 2 times over, or Aquarius 3 times over. So I'm pretty sure the King of Swords is the Aquarius energy. He's Aquarius, okay? Scorpio, and then I say Leo. So 2 times over those signs that I said, the fixed signs. Yeah, you're fixed, you're stable, you're grounded, you're the one people come to for the good advice, you're the one people come to like fix their life. I'm hearing a young will fix my life. You're the person people come to when they're trying something new. They're asking for, what should I do, how should I go about this? Like, I know you went on this trip by yourself, how did you do that? I know you started your own business, how do I do that? I know you went to school, how do I do that? You know what I mean? But like very large and in charge energy, very lucky, very life of the party, very lively kind of energy is who you represent. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse, which is like something here about yeah, helping others who are having trouble moving on. So like you're a little bit of a healer, teacher kind of archetype, where people who are stuck in the same cycle, learning the same lesson over and over again, you're here to stop that, because we have a bunch of cards about that. Like when people are like, you know, wayward and lost, you're that grounding energy for them. So if someone who doesn't know what to do next, they're gonna come and ask you, and there's something here about your energy, your personality, or something, your vibe, that makes them like find the answers or feel comfortable confiding in you about what to do next, or, you know, showing that vulnerable side about to them, but doesn't know what they're doing, you know, because whether you're a teacher or not, you have that energy. Yeah, there's something here about moving forward. You're always moving forward, onward and upward. You're you know, jumping off those cliffs and doing things that everyone else can't do. So you're just like very brave and courageous, and people like kind of look up to you because of that. You could be someone who's very stubborn, very set in your ways as well. And because of that, you have to learn a lot of harsh lessons, but now you're kind of moving on to more of the vibe. Like I said, you were in your fool's journey, you were learning, and now you're moving more towards someone who has learned the lessons. You're not doing the same stupid things over and over again, you know? You're learning from your mistakes. Essentially, you're someone who's learned from their mistakes, or people are seeing you as someone who is learning and that they can learn from as well. Okay. Smart, intelligent, honest, frank, to the point, stable, perfect relationship energy is what's coming through as well. You make a great partner. Things always work out in your favor. Even if it goes bad, it always turns out the way it's supposed to, which is what encourages them to still do that thing as well. So you may have started a job and it's like, oh my gosh, it's going horrible, but then it always turns out the way it was meant to in the end, which encourages them to now do the same. Okay, so now I'm going to put these cards up here and get into how does that affect how people treat you. These are a lot of cards you guys got. Okay, please, Spirit, how does how they come off affect how people treat them, please? How does that affect how people treat my group 3, Spirit? We have the 9. Yeah, you put them at ease. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. The 9 of Swords upright is someone who's full of anxiety, someone who can't sleep, someone who is being bothered by a bunch of intrusive thoughts, you know, that they can't help. And like I said, once they're in the energy and they come to you asking you for guidance or help or just being in your presence, there's something here about you that soothes their anxiety. So people treat you as something, oh, I don't want to say is that you could attract a lot of energy vampires. I'm not gonna lie. And that could be friends, family, spouses, partners, doesn't really matter. Colleagues. How do people treat them based on how they come off? We have 10 of Cups. Yeah, like you're the ideal partner. It's what's coming through with the 10 of Cups. And then we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. Like someone who's very decisive, okay? And anytime I say decisive for whatever reason, I hear that part from Hamilton where Hamilton comes and asks Burr to help him defend the Constitution, and he's like, you're incredible in court, you're succinct, persuasive. So you're someone who's very succinct, very sure, you're persuasive, you have good arguments as well, you know, a very good debater, back and forther, or you're someone who's good at, you know, making lists of pros and cons, and you know what I mean, or making sense out of things that don't make sense, you know, that kind of energy is coming through. Because like, you have never shown someone you've been indecisive. You just always know the right thing to do, which is what the Justice card could be saying as well. You're someone who always knows wrong from right, and you stick beside that, you know. And because of that, people have never seen you have like an existential crisis ever. So they know when they're having one, they can come to you and, you know, be soothed or put in the right direction. So how does that affect how people treat them? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. You're not someone who does things on the fly or impulsively. So even if you do seem like someone who like went on their fool's journey and they do things like courageously, courageous and impulsive are not the same thing. The Knight's energy is very much doing without thinking, you know, or without trying to fathom the consequences of your actions. The Fool is very much, I'm going to jump or not even look before I leap. I'm just going to leap and see where it takes me. But those two energies are very different, you know. One is trusting in the universe. It's like a very divinely guided push and urge in the right direction. The Knights is just like, I want to do it, so I'm going to do it, you know. I haven't done any research about it. I haven't looked into the repercussions. I'm just going to do it, you know. You look before you leap. Even though the Fool card is about leaping before you look, you know what I mean, or not knowing what's on the bottom of the whether you're going to fall and plummet to your demise or if you're going to be held and caught, you're not sure. But the reason the Fool card comes out is because you were having a push or an urge to do a certain thing. Like I said, the Knights is not the same energy, you know. So you are someone where people may see you as impulsive, but you're actually really not, you know. So people treat you with respect. They treat you as someone who is, I'm hearing, war hardened, battle ridden. You've been through a lot of different things, and because of that, you have to have wisdom about how to move forward in life, or you have wisdom to give them. It's kind of like you've gone to the school of life and now you are the perfect person to come through when they're having a dilemma or they're having a existential crisis or they don't know what to do, you know. How do people treat them? We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're definitely someone who doesn't hold yourself back. You do not trip over the small things, you know? Because the Eight of Swords upright is very much an energy of keeping yourself trapped in a mindset that is not good for you. It's keeping you scared or anxious or afraid of moving forward or being your best self, living in the light, living in the clear. And the Eight of Swords in reverse is definitely an energy of not being afraid to do those things. You have a lot of Swords energy coming through, so your mind is your superpower. So people just, how do they treat you? They treat you as someone to come and like just pick your brain, which has come through in all three groups, but for different things, different ways. Ten of Cups is, like I said, emotional fulfillment as well. The Moon, you are definitely someone who is a little mysterious. You're hard to read. I'm hard to read. I'm like a Ouija board, but I'm a boss. Who you want to leave me for? That song by Cardi B is coming through. She said, I'm kind of scary, hard to read. I'm like a Ouija board, but I'm a boss. Who you going to leave me for? You know? It's like, exactly. I feel like you just stand on business is what I'm hearing. And that makes people just like stand on business right beside you. Like, oh, she knows what she's doing. Oh, she knows what she's doing. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to stand beside them. I'm going to follow behind them, you know, blindly follow them because I know they're going to lead me to where I'm supposed to go, the promised land. You know, they know what they're doing. They're not just doing it to do it. You know, if you're doing something, you have put in the research behind it, you know. It's not on a whim. But I'm a boss. What are you going to leave me for? You are known as someone who can have fun, but you're not immature with it. You're very responsible with it. So people treat you as someone who's very responsible, as someone who's very decisive, okay? If they have a decision that they need to make, they're going to come and ask you for your input. And most of the time, people follow your advice because they came to you for that advice in the first place for a reason. I need some more cards. Okay, that flew out. We have Four of Cups. Yeah, you're someone who's hard to read. You're hard to impress. I'm hearing that don't impress me much. So she's like, okay, so you're a rocket scientist. Like, she was really going into that. It's like, okay, so you have a fancy car. Okay, so you're beautiful. That don't impress me much. It's like, so you got the moves, but have you got the touch? Don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're alright, but that won't keep you warm under the long, cold, lonely nights. that don't impress me much. Bruh. Yo, Shania was not playing, bro. Like, she literally said that don't impress me much. You're very hard to read. You're very stoic. You're very, like, you know what I mean? Hard. I'm hearing, is it low brow? No. It's like plaster, you know? It's not low brow. It's like high brow, something like that. Where it's like, the little things don't impress you. You're like a big gesture kind of person. So people know if they're coming to you, they can't come to you as a Knight of Wands. They have to come to you as someone who had a well thought out plan. You know, immaturity is not cute to you. You need someone who's looking for something serious, who's going to put in the time, the effort, you know, treat you as you deserve to be treated, essentially. People treat you like you're their 10 of cups, like I said, like they know by putting in time or investing in you, they're going to get what they want at the end of the day, which is emotional fulfillment, you know, feeling safe. Like she said, that's not going to keep me safe or warm on those long, cold, lonely nights. You know what I mean? You're the person that's keeping them warm on those long, cold, lonely nights, you know? Or that's how they want to treat you. Because you give to them and make them feel so warm and at home. They want to do that for you. How does that affect how people treat them, please? How does how they look, how they act, how does that affect how people treat them? Ace of Pentacles, yep, they want to give you things. Ace of Pentacles come out for all three groups, I would say, as well. So there has to be somebody watching all the way through. What up? Talk to me in the comments. Let me know. But the Four of Cups, like I said, you are not here for mediocrity. If someone shows interest in you, you'll, I guess, entertain them in a kind of way, but you're not giving them, like, your pure reactions until they have proven themselves in a way. So for example, someone comes and buys you a drink and offers you a drink. Like, I've been bought 1,000 drinks in my lifetime. You buying me a drink is not impressing me much, sorry. And they come try to talk to you for a little bit and then say, hey, you want to come out to my place? Blocked. Next. No, that's it. No, you need to show some interest in who I am as a person. Ask me on a date. Put in that initiative. You plan the date. You tell me where to come. That will impress me, not you buying me a drink. Not you asking me mediocre questions. Like, no. Not you asking me to come to your place. What are you doing? And that applies for both male and female, or, you know, non-binary. It doesn't matter. Someone coming and buying you a crusty old $11 drink is supposed to prove to you that they want you? No. Because they've probably done that for thousands of girls at this point. You've had thousands of drinks bought for you. You know at this point, a drink don't mean shoes. You know, a date, showing up, consistency, that's what you need. Some kind of order, a method to the madness, if you will. You know, that's what's coming through for y'all. So people treat you in a way that they know that they have to, like, put in the work. They're not going to be sitting there, like, just doing whatever, saying whatever. They have to prove more than just, I'm hearing social niceties. They can't hold the door for you. You know, like, chivalry is not dead with you. You appreciate those things, but based on the lessons you've learned before, which is something you bring with you. Like I said, you're not going to be with a guy who bought you a drink, or you're not going to deal with a guy who just because they bought you a drink, that means they want you. Like, you've dealt with that before and you've learned your lesson already. You know a drink doesn't constitute or, you know, add up to one in a relationship. And that's what you want. So now the next time a guy buys you a drink, that's not going to impress you, you know? Like I was saying earlier in the reading, you've learned a lot of lessons, and now you tell your friends the same thing, like, hey girl, hey dude, just because he bought you a drink or said you look pretty doesn't mean anything. Actions speak louder than words. You better do something more than just buying you a drink or telling you you're pretty or holding the door open for you. He can do that for anyone. How is he investing in your well-being? How is he investing in you as a person? If he's not doing that and he's not giving you his time, then what is it doing for you? Nothing. So you're the person who's saying all that, like, I've been there, girl. Like, he's bought me a drink. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't mean anything for them. Make sure he's texting you every day, or make sure he's showing interest in you and your work and your hobbies and your family and your life. That's how you know he's there for you for the long haul. And that's the kind of person you are. People know that to come to you, correct? Because you're not someone who is just, like, you know, desperate. You're not someone who's easy to crack. You're a hard nut to crack. You do not care about impulsive, immature actions. You need someone to go above and beyond, essentially. An Ace of Pentacles, you need something that shows longevity. A drink doesn't do that. Like, sorry, not sorry. So how does their personality, how does that affect how people treat them, please, Spirit? One more card. How does that affect how they treat them? We have 2 more cards. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, and we have the Lovers upright. Because it came out in reverse in another reading. This time it's upright. So how does that affect how they treat you? They treat you like someone they're willing to invest their time and energy into, someone who's worth getting to know. That's how people treat you in order to get in your good graces. You know, people, like I said, they come correct. They're not saying anything wrong. They're not, you know, trying to make it too nefarious too soon. For some of you, if that's what you like, then that's what they're going to come as, you know. So basically you set standards for yourself, and you're not going to fold over small little gestures. You know, you need solid investments in who you are as a person, as your character, for you to want to be with someone. If you're someone who, like, you know, so but basically whatever your standards are is what people know they have to meet in order to get to know you better. That's how they treat you, you know, as someone who's not scared, someone who's not insecure, someone who's not anxious over certain things, someone who is very, like I said, ice cold, very stoic, very sure of themselves and what they're doing in their life, and they know that they're not going to accept just anything, you know, anymore is what I just heard. Okay, so you're showing girl what you love. The Lovers is definitely someone who is, like I said, decisive. You make good decisions. With the Lovers card coming out, and then with the 5 of Cups coming out, but it's in reverse, you're definitely someone who's not like sad and anxious. Like, it's giving me the energy of like an erratic person who just started college. They don't know what major they want to do. They don't know how they're going to make friends. They don't know what classes are best for them and what schedule is best for them. Like, it's someone who is still new in the world, someone who's still fresh-faced, and they don't really know how they want to be living their life, what works for them, what schedule, what eating schedule, what workout schedule, whatever. Now you're someone who's grown, you know what I mean? You've evolved into someone who is mature enough to know what you like to eat, what time you go to sleep, the best people to surround yourself with, the kind of people who you want to be around, and how do you expect them to treat you. You know, you have wisdom to give to people, and you're not wasting your time with people who aren't worth your time. That's how the energy you're coming through as. You're not anxious and scared and I just want people to like me, and no, people know that you're, like, I'm hearing unequitable. You're impenetrable. You have like a force field around you that's impenetrable unless you do the right things and say the password, or you have the right you know, combination of attacks to get past the person's force field, if we were going video games analogies, you know. But if you don't have that, you're not getting past, and that's how people treat you, you know. Like someone who is confident, someone who is not immature, someone who is not anxious, someone who is not like unsure of where they stand in the world, that kind of thing. As someone who is looking for a long-term partner, with the Lovers card coming through, you're looking for a soulmate, you know. Someone who's looking for a foundation to start building upon something. Maybe you were someone who were into flings, you didn't really care. Now that's like becoming old. It doesn't have the shininess it used to have anymore, you know. People treat you with, I don't want to say with kitty gloves because that's the wrong analogy. They know they have to do more to gain your attention, you know. It's like you have standards, and that's just it. They can either buy you a free drink and you say thank you and keep going about your way, or they could buy you a drink, you know, ask for your number, like show actual interest in you and ask you on a date, that kind of thing, or they can keep it stepping. They know you don't like people who are indecisive. You want people who know what they want, because you're someone who knows what you want. So therefore, like I said, you attract, your vibe attracts your tribe, because you're someone who knows what you want. You're confident, you're sure of yourself. You're no longer this anxious person who doesn't know, or they're unsure of the world. Now you attract people who are also the same thing, you know. People who are in their healing era, people who are in their grown era. You know, I'm seeing 33. People who are in their creative era, they're building their business, building their life, you know, have accomplishments, they have something to show for their life, that kind of thing. Is definitely the kind of person you are here for, because the next person you want to be with is someone you're settling down with for your happy ever after, whatever that happy ever after means to you. So people know you're doing things for your betterment, and you know what works for you, and now they know they have to come correct and treat you that way. I'm hearing I could show you better than I can tell you. So that's all that I have for you guys. I'm gonna stop right there. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe, the divine fam. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.